Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers and sisters in Islam. Welcome to our second class on Al-Huruf. In our first class, we discussed about Huruful Hijaiya, and our today's topic will be on Al-Harakat. Al-Harakat means vowel sound. Al-Harakat. That is Arabic vowel sounds. We have only 3 Arabic vowel sounds. We have Fatha, Kasra, and Dhamma. Fatha is the same as what you have seen on the board, but it will be over an alphabet. But Kasra is under the alphabet, Dhamma is over the alphabet. In comparison, Fatha represents vowel sound A. Kasra represents vowel sound I, and Dhamma represents vowel sound U. So, for instance, if you are asked to write, or if you want to write Ba, like B, A is Ba. This B is what? Is your consonant sound, and this A is your vowel sound. B and A, it gives you Ba, sound Ba. So in Arabic, if you want to write Ba, your consonant sound is Ba'un. This Ba'un solely will not give you what you want to pronounce, because this Ba stands for B. Then this A, how are you going to get this A? You are just to put Fatha over this Ba. Now it's equals to Ba. It gives you sound of Ba, the same as BA. Ba. Anything, if you are to write, or if you are asked to write, for instance, Ma, M-A, in Arabic, you are just to write Mimun bil Fatha. This Mim stands for M, and this Fatha stands for A. That is Ma. So Fatha is the same as A, but vowel, not consonant. Likewise, Kasra, as I have told you, if you are to write B, for instance, B-I is B. Likewise, in Arabic, if you write Ba'un bil Kasra is B. This Ba'un stands for B, and this I stands for Kasra. So B plus I equal to B, sound B. Likewise, Ba'un plus Kasra, it gives you B. The same apply with any or all of the alphabets. For instance, if you are to write D, D-I is D. Likewise, in Arabic, if you write Dalun bil Kasra is D. D-I-D, Dalun bil Kasra is D. This D stands for Dalun. This I stands for Kasra. Likewise, if you, for instance, if you clean this Kasra, and put fatha. So here you must change it to a, because this is da. Fatha represent a. Likewise, this is da, not d. Are you getting what I am doing? So likewise, if we go to Dhamma, this sign, as I have told you, it stands for you. It stands for you. For instance, if you are to write bu, bu is bu. B plus u, it gives you bu. Likewise, in Arabic, ba'un plus dhamma, it gives you bu. Ba'un plus dhamma, it gives you bu. So the same apply with any of the alphabets. For instance, if you are to write nu, n, u is nu. In Arabic, nunun stands for n, and this u, dhamma, stands for u, that is nu. It's very simple. So these are the only three things that you are to take note of it. If you take note of these three signs, it will be simple for you, and inshallah, you can read and write some things little bit. Let us go to something of confusion. That is how to connect your writing, as you can see. Something like this. Even Bismillah, if you are to write, you can see something like this. Okay, how to connect it. If you are to connect your writing, look at it carefully. Any alphabet that have tail, for instance, Sinun, look at it. Here is its tail from here. All this is its tail. For instance, Jimun, look at it. From here, it's what? Tail. For instance, Ba'un, look at it. From here, it's tail. Here is the normal shape of it. So any of the alphabets that have tail, you are to quote it tail, so that you can connect it with its partner or its colleague. The only alphabet that you are not to connect them, if they come at the first or in the middle, you will not put something after them, are 6. That is alif, dalun, dhalun, ra'un, zayun, and wawun. These are the only alphabets that you will not put anything after them. You will not connect anything with them after them. But you can even connect something before them with the alphabets. If something comes before them, you can even connect it with them. But if something comes after them, you couldn't. Is not possible. It is not on Arabic writing condition to connect it. For instance, if you are to write wajada, for instance, wajada, we have wawun, jimun, and dalun. So if you are to connect it, this wawun is one of the alphabet that is not, it will not be connected. Jimun can be connected, dalun cannot be connected, but if it's come first, so wajada, if we are to connect it, we are just to write wawun, then we will write jimun like this, because you can connect jimun, but you will not connect it with wawun because wawun come first. Then dalun, it is not the first, so you can even connect it with dalun, with jimun. But if there is something after dalun, you will not connect it because it's not possible. So this is how you are to do. Likewise, if you are to write, for instance, if you are to write jalasa, look at it, jalasa. Jalasa. Don't forget fatha, kasra, dhamma. So in terms of connecting them, this jim will be like this, this lam will be like this sin come at the end, that is last. You will just write it absolutely like this. So if you are to connect it, you are just to add more to connect this and add this like this. So jalasa, look at it. This is how you have to connect it. Very simple. You just cut here and here, then connect them. This is how you have to connect it. In the case of ba'un, ta'un, tha'un, if you are to connect it, look at it. You are just to write it like this. Ba'un, you are just to write it like this at the first. But if ba'un comes at the middle, you will just write it like this. For instance, here is something, then here is ba'un. You are just to write it like this and put dot here. Is ba. Likewise, if it is ta'un, you are just to put your dot here over it, these two dots. If it is tha'un, you are just to put your dots here. If it is nunun, you are just to put your dot here. If it is ya'un, you are just to put your dot here, because all these five, the only difference between them at the first and the middle is dot at the first and the middle, but at the end, ba'un, ta'un, tha'un are the same. The only difference is dot. Nunun is different. You can see it like this. Likewise, ya'un is different. You can see it like this at the end with its dots. So this is how you are to differentiate them. Then the important thing that you are to understand is ainun and ghainun. If you are to connect ainun and ghainun, at the first you will just write it like this. At the middle, you are just to write it like this. at the end you are just to write it like this. Ghainun, the difference between them is dots. So if you see something like this at the middle or at the end is Ainun. If you see something like this but with dot over it is Ghainun. This is the only difference between them. Then this is Kaf. So in terms of connecting it, you are just to connect them like this. You will just change it to this at the first, likewise at the middle, but at the end you will just write it as it is here. This is the difference in terms of connecting. And this connecting alphabets, if you are just to master it, you're supposed to keep looking at the books. If you keep watching it at the books, inshallah you will learn it. So this is how you are to connect them all. This will not be enough for you. I am advising you to consult some huruf books so that will assist you to learn and to understand it. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe this channel. Thank you.